Hello, this is Matt Hines. If you found this video today, you probably were looking for a review on the FapTurbo software and perhaps its precursor, the Forex Autopilot. I'd like to give you a review today on both of them, but in particular the the FapTurbo software. I have used both and had varying successes with both, so I'd like to give you an honest review. But first, a little background. I know on the FapTurbo it's slated as the best robot out there, and I have to agree. With the way technology has been built, trading softwares have improved dramatically over the last several years. I remember when I started out trading with the Forex Autopilot, the only things you could really do, is trade with on the Euro-US dollar pair. And it in itself was a great product because you could set it and forget it. You set your criteria, you set what you want on the product, you set what you want it to trade for, and it will trade according to your criteria. It will enter trades, and oftentimes you find you have anywhere between an 80 to a 96% winning ratio, which is awesome according to anybody's standards. But the problem is that it was limited to only one pair. And the inventors of the FapTurbo software, what they did is they said, okay, we can build a better mousetrap. They went to Marcus Leary, the guy who formed the Forex Autopilot, and he gave them the source codes, and he said, sure, go ahead and try to make a better mousetrap. Well, they did. He didn't believe them, but they did. And what the FapTurbo allows you to do is it allows you to take the same principles of the Forex Autopilot and apply it to 12 different currency pairs, not just the Euro-US dollar, but also 12 different currency pairs. You set the criteria on each pair you want to trade, and it will trade for you. Now, there's some important differences between the FapTurbo and the Fap. The Fap difference, the main difference actually, is that the Fap trades in a 4-hour period, anywhere between, I found it was like 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time, the time zone I live in. And the reason being is because the FapTurbo relies on small profits, usually about anywhere between 5 to 15 pips profits. They take small but a lot of these smaller profits. And therefore, you have less of a likelihood of losing big time if you lose. Now, there's some logic to that, and I like that system, the way it's set up. Another thing about it is that it has a long-term and a short-term trading strategy. The long-term strategy is modeled more after the Fap itself. You could take, it trades just the Euro-US dollar. You set, it has like a 70 pip take profit on it, and you can alternate between the two. You could choose between them. But the FapTurbo, at least on the website, they have a very good trading journal and results of their trading. Like, for instance, they say, hey, we put in $5,000 in this account, and in 3 months, they show the trading results. Here's what it looks like after 3 months. And it was amazing. It's a great sales tool by anybody's means, but I have to say that, hey, it's real time. I found out that it was updated real time, that every day that their robot traded, that FapTurbo traded on their accounts, it updated those results on the website, which was great. It adds credibility. It makes the software look more credible. Now, personally, my experience was very good. I liked the results I was getting. Unfortunately, the thing you have to have is you have to not be gun shy or trigger happy, because because any trader will tell you that when you trade, you have to trade unemotionally. You have to look at it like, it's money that you don't care whether you win or lose. You can't come at it like, oh, I've got to this is my last chance at making money, or this is my last $100, I got to make it big. You can't expect this to make you rich overnight. Any trader will tell you it takes you years and years to succeed. But I'll tell you, the results are great the more money you put in. If you start out with, say, $300, or even, say, some brokers will allow you to start out with $50. I wouldn't suggest you start out with as little as $50. I have. And I wouldn't suggest you do that because the results aren't as big at that time. You might get maybe like 5-10 cents per trade, and the results don't seem that great. I would suggest that if you do start out, the least you should start out with is at least $250 or $300, because that way it maybe is a couple dollars per trade. You could start seeing the good results. But if I was to trade with starting out again as a brand new trader, I would start out with at least $1,000. I know that my dad, when he started out trading the FapTurbo software, he started out with $1,000, and he set the parameters of the trade at 5 and no more than 10%, which is what I would advise all new users of this software to start out at. Never trade above 10 to 15% of your capital. He started out with 5%, which in this case, 5% of 1,000 is it risked $50 per trade. And I remember his very first trade, it took up to, what was it, $37 profit off of a $50 risk. Now, if you were to look at return on investment, 50%, that's a 74% return on investment in one trade, which is great by anybody's standards. It doesn't look like it added all that much to $1,000, like 3.7% to $1,000 total account. That's a lot less, yes, but what return on investment per trade is what you're looking for. And by anybody's standards, this was a great account. Part of the reason why I failed at it is because I wanted to get in there and trade. If the FapTurbo seemed to have one of its losing streaks, it might do that once in a while, I'd get nervous. And I'd want to jump in there and close the trade, and it would turn out that, hey, it reversed itself. If I'd have stayed in there, I would have made money. So that's so I was self-defeating my very own trade, because I came out and I said, I don't trust the software. I don't trust it enough to let it do what it's going to do. It's an artificial intelligence that does better than I can. I didn't trust it enough. So I jumped in and I ultimately lost money. Now, the bottom line is, would I do it again? Absolutely. I trust the software. And another great thing about this software, I should mention, is that every 2 to 3 months, the owners of the software come out with a better version that's free to you. Because once you buy the software initially, you get all the software upgrades free. And that's right, free. And every time they upgrade the software, they have a new feature or a better security feature that allows it to trade even better and to save your accounts better, to secure your accounts a lot better than it normally would be. So there's just a whole lot of a win-win situation here. I would say that it's for beginning traders as well as expert traders. If you want to have an extra income stream, another account trading for you while you're doing your manual trading, go right ahead. You're adding an extra income stream right there. So if this review has been helpful to you, if you are ready to check out more, go to the website on the right, and I will personally tell you here that you go to the website on the right, look at the software, look at the sales page, and if it helps you, buy it through that link. And I hope you have a great trading day and a great life.